What's up, everybody? Welcome to NIBScast episode 63. I'm one of your hosts, Aaron Lamping, joined as always by Nikki13.
Hello.
Our special guest this week, Josh Hancock.
Hello.
And for the first time as a married man, Matt Slade.
Hello.
Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
2 weeks in, how's it going?
Good. Nothing too different. Jess has a new last name, but that's about it.
I heard really moving in is the bigger change in any sort of marriage. Cool. So, anybody have anything interesting happen in the last 2 weeks aside from that? Since we've been together last?
3 weeks.
I got nothing.
Nope.
My computer's crashed, my car's broke. It's been a hell of a 3 weeks. There's been some fun sprinkled in there.
Welcome to my world.
Man.
Yeah, so I apologize. 62, I'll get that up before 63 goes up. But I was working on it, and my computer's all like, "Hey, homie, I'm gonna restart." And I was like, "Okay." And then I hit restart, and it was like, "No, I meant restart." All right, we'll jump in this week. Kind of a light news week. I've kind of gone back a little bit, but it really just kind of a lull outside of TGS stuff. But we'll see what we got. We'll start with Sony. The PlayStation 4 Slim has been leaked ahead of its expected September 7th reveal. Pictures began circulating earlier this week, and it culminated finally in a video of the new console actually booting up. With it also included pictures of a new DualShock 4. And the new DualShock 4, it has like a transparent touchpad, so the light sticks through, and apparently it has another light bar like on the front of it.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool.
I don't like the. I mean, I get the light bars for PlayStation VR, but it's like, God, I remember the DualShock 3. You just never had to charge it ever.
I guess. I mean, mine don't die that often though.
No, mine dies all the time.
I don't feel like mine died that often. I don't know.
So that's kind of neat. The biggest change, like I said, the biggest change with controllers is the additional light bar. It looks like, for the most part, it's still the same shape, form factor. They changed some of the coloring, like it's a different shade of purple on the square button and stuff like that. The console itself
That's
is
gay.
getting.
That's unsellable. I can't buy it now. Shade of purple. Can't do it.
The console itself gets rid of the pressure buttons in favor of more traditional buttons.
Like an actual mechanic switch.
Yeah, and that's pretty common when Sony shrinks down their consoles.
Yeah. It's also appreciated because a mechanical switch won't break nearly as easily.
As far as, I mean, honestly, this was a leak, so we don't know the exact dimensions of it yet, but the pictures people have posted of them side by side, it's smaller height-wise. It still appears to be just as wide, but it's smaller height-wise. And the optical audio port has been removed, which really doesn't affect too many people, as far as I know.
Yeah, unless you have
a sound bar for your TV.
But most people
unless
just go
you have a
straight through the
good
TV.
sound bar for your TV, because most sound bars just go through HDMI throughput.
And I mean,
that's fine, but
if they're taking it out, they have to have something that says this never gets used, or at least isn't used enough to justify having it. I mean, if you want it, I guess you've got till whenever this comes out to pick up your old.
Right. Well, and I mean, the way the PS4 was made originally, it's compressed fairly well as far as physical hardware goes. So they really can't get rid of a whole lot of space. So that's why it's just a little bit shorter. But with the optical out, they're not changing the hardware for the Slim, as opposed to Microsoft, who's going to change the hardware for Scorpio or whatever the fuck it's called.
Mm-hmm.
From everything I've read, they're not changing the hardware inside, they're just compacting it more. So if you need an optical out for your audio, just get a non-Slim.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would assume with most Sony things, this is going to phase out the old unit, especially.
Yeah, but
because I'm guessing their point behind
people are
this.
going to go buy a Slim, go
Right.
to Disc Replay, and pick a original model for cheaper.
True, because I assume the point with this is Neo's also expected to get announced on their pre-TGS on September 7th show. So I'm guessing this is their way of being look, there's an even cheaper model, and if you have the 4K TV and want to take advantage of everything that's more
Optical
expensive.
audio, just get the Neo.
I think, and I also think it's because the Neo, unlike the Scorpio, that's basically just the next generation of Xbox, the Neo's just a little step up. So I'm thinking they're just trying to get a price, as much of a price in between they can to make it appear to have more value than it actually has.
Right.
I mean, if they set the Slim out for $200 and the Neo's $400, you're gonna think, oh, if I'm spending more to get the better one, it's gonna be way better, even though it might not be.
That's kind of what Microsoft did with the arcade version of the 360, and then like the Elite
kinda like
and the
that.
base model.
Yeah.
The most disappointing thing, if the rumors are true, it still only has a 500 gigabyte hard drive, which is just asinine to me. Even
Yeah, I mean they're swappable.
which is nice, unlike the Xbox. Where I don't know if the Xbox Slim has one you can swap out, but the original model you have to get an external for it.
Yeah, which is weird to me since Xbox originally had swappable hard drives. I mean, they were custom form factor, but they were swappable. Then we came into the generation where we're using normal hard drives, and Sony's like, hey, no, you can swap out a hard drive. Just open it up. Xbox took that away. Like, why?
Bill Gates says no.
Bill Gates don't work there.
Yeah, that's just Microsoft being Microsoft.
Yeah.
And
Bill Gates was probably the one that said yes.
True.
I really hope, since it looks like we're going towards this faster iteration, that consoles just go for like, oh, you can just swap things in and out like computers. If they
Yeah, but at that
insist
point,
on having
there's
it.
no use to have a console as opposed to a computer.
Yeah, just
Like we talked about,
Steam machines and that
few,
stuff.
like probably a dozen or two episodes back.
Yeah, because they said we're not shipping Xboxes with screwdrivers, even though I totally said that in the previous interview.
Yeah. It's not like he has to actually answer for his own words.
Yeah.
Moving on, the price of PS Plus is going up in the US and Canada. Starting September 22nd, the price will go up for the year subscription. These prices, all of them are going up, but just because I feel like most people probably buy in a year. In the US, it will go up $10 to $59.99, and it will go up in Canada by 20 Canadian dollars, however they works, but it's $69.99. All prices are going up, like I said, with the yearly package, which will still save you money. So, like, I think
Wait,
the 3 years going up like $15 if you, or the 3 month, yeah, excuse me.
Wait, so were US and Canada both originally $49.99 then?
Yes.
Yes.
That's weird.
And then I think monthly goes from $9.99 to $11.99.
I don't know.
Anyway, this is the first price increase for PlayStation Plus since 2010, and it puts it in line with Xbox Live, which has always been charging $59.99. But Xbox Live has also been typically a way better service, and
Well.
you can change your fucking name.
Yeah.
I like that that's the metric of what makes it a better
Well,
service.
he's stuck
You
with
can change your-
Pokemon Don't Dance.
Then you have to.
No, I'm not mad. I'm happy with my name.
Didn't you have to pay Microsoft points to change your name?
Yeah, you
though?
do have to pay, but it's
Probably.
nice to be able to do it. Like,
Because, Microsoft.
Sony has flat out said the way they set it up, like, if they tried changing your name, like, everything would just crash and burn. So Sony
Like,
had.
you would think when you were designing system architecture, like you'd be like, do you think people would ever want to change their names? No, fuck it. Let's just do it this way.
To keep this in mind, so the PSN launched with the PSP.
Well,
Like the proper PSN that we had today. The PS2 could go online, but it was connecting to company's own servers. Like Sony actually launched
Poop
their
online.
servers
just
during the PSP days.
just think of how long it took companies to get around to the point where you could actually change your email address with any form of ease. Like,
That's true.
oh, I don't want to use this email account anymore, but I guess I have to because I can't change my email on anything.
ArenaNet.
Yeah.
Sony had the following to say, quote, PlayStation Plus strives to enrich your PlayStation experience with a world-class service built for our fans. This marks the first time that PlayStation Plus membership prices will increase in the United States and Canada since the launch of the service in 2010. The new pricing reflects the current market conditions while enabling us to continue to provide excellent value to our members. As a member, you will continue to enjoy benefits and features that enable shared experience such as online multiplayer, free games, and exclusive discounts. You will also continue to get exclusive benefits such as online game save storage and discounts across PlayStation digital services. End quote. I mean, I get why. I mean, you're right. Like, you can get upset if you want, but like, if $10 more a year is gonna kill you, I think PlayStation Plus might have been too expensive for you to be paying for anyway.
That's fair.
Well, it's like
I
the-
thought it had already been 60.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Microsoft went up a couple. I think in 2010 is when they went up, but
Probably.
Yeah, it's like when they raised the price for Netflix by like $2 for the
Yeah.
people who were grandfathered in on the like cheap prices. Everyone's like, "Oh, the world's gonna end." if you can't afford a $2 increase on your Netflix bill, like, pretty sure you can't afford Netflix at all.
To be fair, as far as that was concerned, that was more a complaint of, hey, it's fucking shitty that Comcast and other
That's
companies are requiring you to pay them in order to
That's
allow
true.
you to give us service that we're already paying for.
Yeah.
So that wasn't an outcry towards Netflix. That was an outcry towards all of the companies trying to cockblock them.
And
Yeah.
for the idiots who were complaining about it, like, you had what, a year and a half, 2 years?
Oh yeah.
Of
Yeah.
notification.
yeah.
Like, your grandfathered in for like 2 years
Then your rates will go up.
from $7.99 to $9.99.
I mean, if you can't. Yeah.
Oh well.
Couple smaller things with the other two companies. With Microsoft for August, the Xbox Slim seems to be doing well for them. They were the top selling console for the month of August. I mean, it's a nice looking system, but I've already got one, so I don't really.
Well, that's one of those things that, like, it's like being the smartest person in special ed. Like, you're well, no, because at this point, if you want a console from this generation, Sony's announced they're coming out with a better console. Xbox has announced they're coming out with a better console. Why is anybody going to buy either of the consoles that are out currently?
Right.
There's no reason.
Unless they're just expecting it to be that much cheaper.
Exactly.
Because the Scorpio,
So there's
the
no
Scorpio
reason.
especially will probably
So,
cost
like,
more than what
Of
it's
course,
out there.
that's going to. The Slim, the Xbox Slim is what I meant earlier when I said Scorpio. The Xbox Slim has different hardware, but that it having different hardware in the first place is a reason to get it over the non-Slim Xbox. Whereas,
Which
like,
they've said too, they're phasing out. The only reason
Right,
it's there now is they're
right.
trying to get rid of stock.
But I'm just saying, like, of course it's going to have the best sales of this month. Like, Sony said, hey, we're putting out a better one, and Xbox said, we're putting out a better one, but here's a midpoint. Like, there's no reason to buy the original Xbox, or Xbox One. There's no reason to buy PS4.
Unless you want to save
at the
$20.
moment. Meh.
If $20 is the breaking point, like, don't even fucking buy the Xbox. Like,
Nintendo, Reggie Fils-Aimé, said that they will not make the same mistakes they made with the Wii U. Basically, to paraphrase, he was all like, we marketed that very poorly, and we won't do it again.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see. I mean,
To be fair,
want it
up
to be
until
good.
the Wii U, their marketing had been on point for everything else.
Oh, yeah.
it's just gonna be like,
and honestly, I think it would have been fine had they not called it the Wii U.
Pretty much.
it's gonna be what it's gonna look like. Is it's gonna be the new Xbox, which is Nintendo, like, over where it usually says Xbox. Like, look at our new console, guy.
That'd be interesting. I'd be upset because now I'm sold on this handheld console hybrid.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not.
Eh. As long as it functions and actually has good games, I don't care.
That's fair. We discussed it a couple episodes ago. My issue is I don't want to swap graphics so it's easily portable, and I don't want to swap portability for it being fucking huge so it has decent graphics. I don't see why they have to make them into one thing. I think that's a misstep.
Going on off your point too is, like, with VR coming onto the market, with Microsoft's, with Sony's, if it's underpowered to be portable, it will not run VR.
Yeah.
I don't think Nintendo's really that interested in VR though.
I think
They're really
They've
onto
looked
those
at it,
motion.
but
Yeah.
I mean, you have to look at it. Like,
Yeah.
didn't they actually at one point say they weren't really that interested in VR at this
yeah, they basically said. I mean,
We did it decades ago.
point?
We're past that now.
Don't you remember the Virtual Boy guys?
Yeah.
Guys, come on, guys.
Virtual Boy Power Glove combo.
Barf.
Let's go around the industry. Dark Souls 3, first piece of DLC, Ashes of Arundel?
No.
Close enough. Has been announced. The expansion will launch on October 25th for all versions of the game, so PS4, Xbox One, and PC. While Bandai Namco is typically tight-lipped about saying anything involving the Souls game, especially when it comes to story early, they did say, quote, players will find themselves steeped in a brand new environment filled with terrifying new enemies, challenges, and exciting lore to expand the overarching Dark Souls 3 storyline. end quote. The screenshot showed a snowy world reminiscent of the painted world, although we will have to wait till October 25th to know for sure. But I mean, the pictures look good. I didn't have a chance to watch the trailer, but there's also a trailer.
Trailer looks pretty good. The only thing that confuses me is there's a section of it where it's showing old boss fights, like in their original rooms and everything. So I don't know if like that was them trying to like demonstrate the weapons that the person was using, and it's like, hey, these are new weapons, or if old boss fights are going to be redone in some way. I don't know. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have much to say about Dark Souls 3. I haven't played it at all yet.
I forgot Dark Souls 3 even existed.
I mean, I've watched it. It looks really good. I just haven't gotten around to it.
I have a great thing if you want to hear people talk about it for like 2 hours. I've got a thing that for you to listen to. It'll be good.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
All right. Bundle up, folks. It's time to talk about Blizzard's Gamecom news. A new Overwatch map, Eichenwald, has been announced.
Eichenwald.
Eichenwald? Along
You
with
took German.
along with other things. Didn't do very well.
That doesn't matter. You took it.
The map does look pretty cool.
The map will come to Overwatch in September and is available on PTR for the PC right now. It is a German castle where an important battle in the Omni Crisis took place that included the fall of the Bastion units.
Dude, that was a fucking sad video.
It was.
The last
It was
Bastion
good.
short was also shown off a couple days after this was announced, and you could see the castle in the background, so you could see the area. That was a really good video.
I really
We'll
hope
talk
they
about it.
have an entire something on the Omnic Crisis.
I think they should.
That just looked like it would be fantastic for them to do
Like-
something.
They are doing a graphic novel sometime next year, so maybe that'll go into it.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool, but I feel like they should do something video-wise, because, well, they need to do more with their video too.
So the map is a capture payload hybrid, where like the payload is a battering ram, and you're moving it up to doors to knock it down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is
That's
yeah.
cool.
And then finally, Reinhardt will also be receiving 2 additional legendary skins that look
Which look awesome.
pretty dope.
Baldric and Greifhard.
I just didn't even put them down because I was like, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce those.
Those are easy. They're obviously just palette swaps of each other like most of the legendary skins, but Greifhard is kind of the partner to Bastion's origin skin, where his armor is just covered in leaves and vines. So
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Every time you go into turret mode, you're giving him a fucking non-flashback. Like,
It was so good, man. The bird,
I
and
totally
the trees,
thought,
and the
totally,
forest.
I totally thought he killed that bird. At first, I was like, God, this is depressing.
how would he have killed the bird? The bird's with him in the game.
I know, but like he lit
Maybe
it
it's
up
his
and there was
baby.
like feathers there, and he saw like, oh shit, did I kill my bird friend?
That could have been more powerful. The bird was like the one that's in the game was the baby of
And
that
he like
one that he just
lit the
mowed
bird
down.
up.
Like when he blew the thing away, it would have just been the egg left.
Yeah.
that would have been even more sad. Like,
World of Warcraft news: Legion's first major patch 7.1, Return to Karazhan, was announced.
Hopefully they don't screw it
Karazhan
up.
is back as a big, I put that in all caps, 5-man, like old school BRD. They said this is due to the feedback of people missing big dungeons like BlackRock devs. I don't know why. Why would you miss that? I'm excited for Karazhan, don't get me wrong, but like, ugh.
Basically, isn't it the equivalence of a 5-man raid, though? Because you basically have a week to clear it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But that's my thing here is like, BRD at least made a little more sense because you could pick and choose where you wanted to go. Like, you didn't have to do the whole thing. Like, there was typically like, hey, we're running to the princess, we're running to the molten core part.
Right.
There was stuff like that, like, because it was just like a whole big city. Like, Karazhan's pretty straightforward, so it's not like you're all like, let's go run Karazhan. Just, I mean, you could.
I mean,
but
there are
it makes
ways,
sense just to clear it.
There are technically ways to get around things in Karazhan. You just never bothered. Like, there's no point to. So, I mean, they could incorporate that. I don't know why they would, but they could if they wanted to.
So Karazhan will only be a mythic level dungeon. It will have no heroic or normal mode. And Blizzard fully expects, as you said, some groups not to finish it all at once, so it does have a weekly lockout. I'm pretty sure this would mean, too, it's not going to have a dungeon finder. Like, you're going to have to get your own group together for this, I would assume.
Isn't that how all mythics work?
I mean, I think so, but I don't know what the changes
Mythic
to
is
mythics
the
are.
hardest
Yeah, Mythic is the hardest one,
And it goes up to Mythic plus 10 in this because they're making them like Diablo Greater Rifts where you can power up a keystone.
Yeah.
And keep making them harder. Basically, by the time you're doing Mythic plus 10, you can get gear drops that are equivalent to the raid tier on Mythic.
Nice.
That's going on right now.
Nice.
7.1 will also contain a smaller raid to finish up one of the zone's storylines and more outdoor content to do on the Broken Isles. Blizzard announced this patch so early as another announcement, that they will no longer be trying to get expansions out every year. Instead, they will come when they come. The goal with Legion is to make sure that there's always something to do / look forward to.
So after several years of
that was a dumb idea.
So several years of failing to actually put out an expansion every year, they finally realized that it was a terrible idea to try.
Well,
that's the best part.
And like they said,
yeah,
they were trying, but that was also ruining content and making those awful droughts. So they're like, by not trying, then at least we always have part of the team working on it.
Alright, so we got Warlords out. Let's just not do anything and start working on Legion.
Yeah.
Heroes of the Storm announced some new characters, skins, mounts, and a StarCraft event. So the StarCraft event is called Machine of War. The event will include two new... I said StarCraft. Yeah. Ignore me. The event will include 2 new maps, Brax's Holdout, where the 2 sides will fight over control of Zerglings that they will use to defeat their enemies, and Warhead Junction, where the 2 sides will fight over control to launch nukes at each other. Both are StarCraft themed.
Interesting.
The 2 new heroes coming to the game are Alarak of Protoss and Zarya from Overwatch, which, if you watch the trailer for this, it's funny. It's showing like all this StarCraft stuff, these StarCraft skins, and then it's just like, oh yeah, and the hero from Overwatch. Missed opportunity. They should have added Diva.
Well, yeah. Yeah, they really should have.
There's a host of balance changes, new skins, mounts coming to the event. If you're really interested in them, you can check them out. I'm not super into heroes, so
that's pretty good.
I didn't go into detail. And now it's time for Matt's wrap up.
I got nothing. Like, there wasn't much news besides that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
All right, then
Mostly I just play Siege all day, so.
Josh, if you wanted to email us, where could you do that?
Hold on, I'm getting there. Is it NIBScast@gmail.com?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Good job.
What is that, Matt?
NIBScast@gmail.com.
Alright.
It's only been, what, 3 months since
I don't know how long it's been. Don't look at me.
So what have you guys been playing then?
Well, Matt's been playing Siege.
I've been playing Siege because Season 3 came out. It's Brazil. So you have the BOPE operators from Rio de Janeiro's military police. 1 attacker, 1 defender like the past 2 seasons. The new map is a favela in Brazil. It's fucking hard as shit to go around in until you like learn the map because there's so many like, oh, here's over to this roof, but here's down here, and it's like a shanty town basically.
Yeah.
And what's cool is each map has a nighttime and daytime, and it's random if you get it. So during nighttime, there's like fireworks going off in the sky and stuff. And since the Olympics were going on in Brazil this past 3 weeks, they had a weekly challenge where if you got over a certain amount of points by the end of the map, you get a gold medal for your gun and stuff that you could put on. Because there's daily challenges and
didn't
weeklies.
have a box that would only maybe give it to you, and then there was no other way to get it?
Nope.
I'm still pissed I didn't get my Mercy skin.
You click the challenges that you want to do for the week, complete them, and then there's like more challenges than you can do. So as you complete them, you can add more to your queue. So they'll be like, win 3 rounds as an FBI operator, or get 10 kills with a shotgun throughout the week, things like that. And they just give you XP and renown when you complete it, but that one gave you the little gem for your charm for your gun and stuff. And then they nerfed Pulse because everyone was getting pissed that he was way too powerful because his heartbeat sensor had way too much range, and people were like, oh, Pulse fucking overpowered. Like, you just gotta use your brains, people. Like, and then they also nerfed shotguns because semi-auto shotguns were fucking sniper rifles. Like, I could be at the end of a hallway and you could fucking one-shot me with a semi-auto shotgun.
Especially with that Pulse, because they knew you were there, man.
Yes, exactly. But no, they nerfed shotgun semi-autos, so medium and long range you do less and less damage. So they're still good at close range, but they're not sniper rifles anymore.
The way it should be.
Yes.
The way a shotgun works.
And Ubisoft has been really good with Rainbow Six so far with community input on their patches, because like everyone's like, oh, Pulse is overpowered, so the patch they based on community input nerfed him and things like that. And then they also implemented their health program with Season 3, so you have to have Battle Eye on your computer now. And team killing is less rampant as it was before the health program was implemented.
I feel like Rainbow Six is the only team at Ubisoft that does their fucking job.
Well, you see, what's interesting about that is, like, to his point, listening to community feedback, that's the problem with the Division, is, like, one person will get on the forums and be like, hey, this sucks, I want it to be this, and they're like, okay! And
Yeah.
it's like, no, why did you
forgot
do
the
that?
Division existed. I was mostly just talking about Assassin's Creed.
They were,
that's a sad sentence. I forgot the Division existed.
They were saying...
I mean, I typically forget it exists, so...
I got a
it's
news
okay.
story
I
last
mean, it's
week.
sad for the Division.
Last week or this week that the
Just
Division...
put the single player part of it was so good. Then when it wants you to raid, just stop.
Just, nah, I'm good.
The Division was saying that, or Ubisoft was saying earlier this week or last week that basically the Division is holding off on all DLC until they get the core game fixed.
But they
good.
need to, because
But that just means there's never going to be DLC.
the issue with the
Yeah.
first raid was, or raid in quotes, I mean, it's still only 4 players, but the challenging content is the game's idea of difficulty was just to throw waves of one-shotting shotgunners at you.
Yeah.
And then, even when people got it down, so they got this gear and became super powerful, but that made the PvP unbearable, because if you ran into somebody with a raid set, they could one-shot you with even just like an auto rifle shot to the head, like just a you were dead. So then they just nerfed it all, and then you couldn't do the raid with the raid gear. And that's when I was like, done.
Man.
Yeah, some companies just shouldn't make MMOs.
Well, like...
Ubisoft's one of them.
Like, if they would have made the Division, like just a normal RPG, like in that world, with more single-player content after the original stuff, it would have been good.
Which is why Tom Clancy's Wildlands
Oh
looks
my god, that
amazing.
looks amazing.
It's basically Division, but it's only
5-player co-op, but you're a Ghost Recon team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's not like an online get better gear kind of game. Like, it's just
complete the story, do DLC, things like that. But like the gameplay video I watched is you had like 3 of your friends with like assault rifles and shotguns. You had to capture a target. So and like one guy was doing he was like procuring a vehicle.
And it's always that cheesy when they're showing this stuff off, but they're like, okay, Red Leader, what do we do? Go around, Red Leader.
So like one of your team one guy was up in a bell tower sniping for the ground team that was moving into the building.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh shit, like the guy's escaping on a motorbike. So then the one guy who got the Jeep like rolls up in the Jeep, everyone hops in, and then it's like a vehicle chase through like the city and stuff.
And the one I watched, it was funny because 3 of them were chasing him, and the one guy just went and got a helicopter, and he's the one who ended up catching him.
Nice.
So is that really all you've been doing?
Yeah, Siege, basically trying to get my rank up to get ranked, and then I played ranked, and you're like, you're fucking stupid because I got killed by a guy I couldn't see. And I was like, oh, ranked is too hard for me, so back to casual.
I've been doing some more of the pre-Legion stuff in WoW. I actually need to log on and finish up the quest line this week because the expansion comes out Tuesday. Holy crap, finally new content in WoW.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I've been doing a little bit of that. Just the demon invasion stuff and leveling a couple characters doing that, trying to get some 700 gear that I'll just replace in a quest anyway on some of my other characters.
Well, yeah.
Really not much there, but how I level up in the invasions is I just park my character there and then I clean the house or something. And then I just move to the next spot.
Yeah.
I haven't done that since all 6 invasions pop every 2 hours. I heard now by the time you get around, like it's time to go around again.
Yeah.
So, been doing that. I did my Moments of Triumph Year 2 in Destiny, which is basically just the do everything there is to do. I had a lot of it done, like I had the hard mode raid done. I basically just didn't have this giant PvP quest line done, which was awful and painful, and I basically don't want to look at Destiny ever again, but I will once the new expansion comes out in September. But got that done. They want me to order this t-shirt, which I really want, and you can put your gamer tag on there, and it's just Moment of Triumph Year 2 kind of thing. It costs $8,000 unless you get the Moment of Triumph Year 2, and then it gives you a discount that brings it down to 30.
What?
So theoretically, you could just buy the t-shirt, but I don't know why you would want to do that.
That's
Hey, if I had $8,000 to spend, like not even playing Destiny for the past like year and a half, buying it, fuck it. That way, when people look up my gamer tag, they're like, "He's level like fucking 12." The what? Yep, suck it.
Aside from that, I've 100%ed Crash Bandicoot 1 3 times.
Nice.
Since the last time we've been there. Stop whining. That game's not hard. Just man up.
See, I seem to recall seeing somebody post on Facebook that they had gotten to the point in the game where they're going to need alcohol because it's really hard.
There is one hard.
I
there's one
do
really
kind of
hard
remember that happening this week,
And
but
then-
you just told me that it's not hard.
and then I beast moded through it. It was crazy.
Huh.
The first time I went through it, it took me 2 tries for that level. The next couple times it took me like 4 or 5. It is a pretty hard level, but
It is.
you do what you do. Yeah, I've gotten that down to like a 2.5 hour event, so I'm ready
Nice.
for the HD remaster.
Nice.
I don't even do Cortex because you don't even have to click him to get the 100%. I'm just like, okay, done.
That's weird.
Um,
I mean, it makes sense because you don't save after you've beaten it, but that's weird.
What sucks is theoretically, unless the last proper level has one of the colored gems that you need. But if it wasn't for that, you could actually not do like the last 2 levels
Right.
before getting 100%. Because the second to last level is just the gem platforming to skip Cortex
Oh,
for the
okay.
secret ending.
In November, Extra Life comes up again. We want to do that again.
Of course.
Sure.
We'll start getting that together here soon.
Yep, raising money for children's hospitals and shit.
We could probably condense it a little bit. We had a lot of stuff last year that, especially that we really didn't end up using. I mean, it was nice to have it all, but
We'll also need a location.
My house.
I had a feeling.
that honestly, I just assumed that. I was like, it'll be a
Just
mess.
like my basement is nice and my internet is fast.
That's
Basement, nice.
Dylan's parents, I'm sorry, your internet is slow in the basement.
All right. You been playing anything?
I've been playing Elite Dangerous on and off this week, and I played some Grand Theft Auto.
Which one is Elite Dangerous again?
That's one
Space
where you're
Trucker.
the space trucker.
Okay.
Yeah, Space Trucker.
That's right. You went into that one time.
That's pretty much it, I think.
Have you done any of the? Do you play Grand Theft Auto Online or just?
Yeah.
Have you done any of the heists yet?
I haven't, but that's mostly because I've been doing most of the CEO stuff.
I tried the, cause I'm too low level. I can't do CEO stuff yet.
Mhm.
But I tried the prison heist, and that one was pretty cool. And I get 2 or 3 of it complete. We completed like all of them with the final one, and then I get into the match and I get kicked because they wanted their
Yep.
friend to get in there. And I'm like, yep, fuck this.
It sucks. That happens with a lot of different things where like you'll just be in any of the matchmaking modes and you'll join a game and then you'll get kicked from the game. Sorry, my friend wants to play. Fuck you then. Okay.
You should have been in a fucking group before like
Yeah.
you joined matchmaking.
Exactly.
And then the loading screens are way too fucking long. Like
The first loading screen takes forever. The rest of them are okay, especially if you have an SSD. The rest of them are okay, but the
remember-
first one takes fucking forever.
And I mean, I didn't play a lot of online, but I don't remember loading being an issue even on the PS3 version of the game.
But yeah, with the PS3 version, the game was less taxing, so it would have loaded quicker.
But 65 gigs on my computer, I wanted to play some other games, so I uninstalled it.
I get that. I totally get that.
65 gigs.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah.
That's excessive.
Like, even with my fast internet, it took like 12 hours to download.
Honestly, I would have gotten
You
like
didn't have your fast internet then.
Oh no, that's true. I had it installed when it came over. Now I install games in like 40 minutes. It's great.
I would have probably just thrown that on like an external drive or something, just so you never have to download it again.
I ain't fucking dealing with this shit.
This one guy got super pissed. I don't know why, because I kept trying to shoot him, but he'd always like kill me. So he was like my nemesis, like times 10.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I'm gonna kill you, sniper. So then I just waited at this cafe with my like homing rocket launcher. I was like, oh, there's this helicopter.
There you
Then
go.
he had to buy a new helicopter. Fuck him.
That's what you do.
See, installs like that is why I actually bought a hard drive specifically for game installs,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I don't want to have to re-download that stuff ever.
I get that.
Joshua, what have you been playing?
Overwatch. That's about it.
I mean, it's a good game. Like, if you had to spend 1 week on an island, I think my blood pressure would get dangerously high if that was the only game I was playing. But
I mean, I haven't played a lot recently, but I have played. That's about the only thing I have played. I played a bit of Hyrule Warriors Legends today. But other
Nice.
than that,
still picking through that a bit.
I pick it up from time to time. I saw my 3.
Are you like actually? Have you beaten like the story proper, and it's just like a
Yeah, right
trying
now
to
it's
get
just
level people up and all that?
chipping through the adventure maps. So, because like you do the main storyline, and then you've got the maps that look like the game maps, and you have to go through each little grid and unlock everything.
It's pretty fun.
I can't believe I forgot to mention a game I've been playing. No Man's Sky.
Oh yeah.
No Man's Lie, some might say. Sean Murray, fuck you. But I'm still enjoying it. I mean, I haven't played it enough to get to the point where I'm like, God, this is a repetitive mess yet. But
Right.
so I mean, at least up into that point, I would suggest. I mean, don't spend $60 on it. But like, if it's ever like $15 on a sale, take a look. Like, and I mean, by the time you would spend $15 on a sale, who knows what state the game will be in.
Yeah.
Steam's been accepting refunds for people who have played over 2 hours of the game. Like they've kind of put a
Waiver on the
waiver on the 2 hour thing,
yeah.
for No Man's Sky. So,
I did read an article. I'm sorry, I didn't read the article. I read the headline. It said, I guess some players' discoveries are being erased, and then on the subreddit, people were like, no one's discoveries are being erased.
Thank
so.
God. I'm like, Planet Nerf Genji's gonna go away? Planet Nerf Genji got shit done.
what did I say? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they're taking stuff away. You can't really trust anybody on the subreddit because most of the people on the subreddit are fucking crazy, and can't accept that something's wrong with the game. Yeah, that seemed like a large disappointment. And only for the shit that, like, he actively lied about. Because, like, he never was super confident in any interview of, like, yeah, this game's gonna be good. But at the same time, like, people would say, like, hey, so you can run into other people. And he's like, yeah. I mean, it's really unlikely that you will because the worlds are so big and there's so many of them. You probably won't ever, but you can. And then in, like, 2 hours after launch, 2 people found each other and weren't able to interact with each other or see each other.
Yeah.
Because the game doesn't actually allow that, unlike what he said.
And
so, like, he was never super confident that it was going to be a good game, but he also just lied about certain features.
Yeah.
So,
And like,
No, I've read about the whole debacle. I mean, I never.
and like
I was somewhat interested in the game, but then just lost
the
interest
debacle
in it.
happened.
Well, no, actually, I just lost interest over time because, like, I don't really play
it
a whole
took
lot.
way too long to come out.
It took
so,
way too
like,
long to come out, and like I just don't play as many games anymore.
Right.
So it has to be a very niche thing for me to really want to pick it up anyway.
Exactly.
And that just wasn't scratching any itch of anything I wanted to play.
Yeah.
So like I've just been observing from a distance and
And
okay.
And like they're all like, oh yeah, like billions of galaxies you can venture to, and I guess like what I was reading, it was like there's like 255 galaxies that like you cycle through like once you complete like all your exploration, and then 256 happens up.
Wait, say that again?
According to one of the subreddit posts, when you go to the like center of the galaxy,
Mhm.
it just ports you to another galaxy.
Oh, okay.
And there's like 255 unique galaxies. So you can do that 255 times, but 256 times, it's a erased copy of like one of the previous galaxies.
Oh. Well, then it's
But yeah, I guess if you go to the center of the universe, you enter a wormhole, and you just go to a different galaxy and start over. And like,
dumb.
it did look interesting, but it fell into the same categories like Elite Horizon, Elite Dangerous, and then now Horizons. Is, okay, I'm flying through space, I land on planets, and that's about it.
No. Elite Dangerous has shit to actually do.
So to actually do,
Yeah, I having been playing Elite Dangerous, and the fact that they're actually adding shit to the game
Now,
consistently.
did you purchase Horizons, or are you just still base?
No, I'm still base.
Horizons allows you to land on asteroids and shit.
Yeah.
With like a ground vehicle.
Yeah, I don't have Horizons. I just have Elite Dangerous, and I've had it for a while. But they're consistently like adding shit to that game and actually improving it. So
I tried to.
I wouldn't class them together.
You could put.
I don't
Star
think it's
Citizen,
necessarily
there you go.
wrong. Yeah, Star Citizen. Star Citizen.
Star Citizen. There you go. Did you see Star Citizen's video? Like, oh look, we're better than Elite or No Man's Sky. We can land on planets, and it looks even better.
No, shut up. Go away.
Okay then.
But in Elite Dangerous, like I joined one of the like government factions, and I was like, oh, where do I do stuff? Oh, like 10,000 light years away from where I currently am, and I don't have a warp drive to get there. Time to hop over. Oh shit! I just entered a system without a gas station. Well, time to blow myself up.
Yeah, I'm actually currently at a station that does not have refueling, and I googled because I didn't know that was a thing. So I googled like this station, or not even the name of the station. It was just cannot refuel Elite Dangerous. The first thing that came up was a Reddit thread that was posted by somebody who was at the exact station that I was at and was like, why can't I refuel? I was like, okay, so apparently this station is just known for not doing that. Fucking great. So I'm waiting for the next time Julio's on. He's gonna come bring me some gas.
Yeah, cause like I got to a planet and I was so low on gas I couldn't jump out, and then like I ran out of gas, so I started getting like sucked into the star, and it was like danger, 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 and I just hit like self-destruct. I was like, fuck it.
Yep. I've been destroyed. I ran out of fuel once and just drifted for a while until my life support gave out. I did that once, and then I've been destroyed probably 3 times. Either 3 or 4, I'm not sure.
By interdictions? Or?
Yeah. I've gotten really good at escaping interdiction though, so that's awesome. And even when I know I'm not going to be able to escape the interdiction, I just submit to it, because then your frame shift drive cools off way faster, and then you can just fucking take off. Like just fly evasively until it cools down, and then just take off.
I can fight the computer pilots fairly well.
Human pilots are
Human
fucking
pilots
assholes.
is like, oh, I'm dead.
I always get pissed off when I get killed by an actual person. It's like, you fucker.
I do
You
like
fucker. I'm a law-abiding citizen, motherfucker. You, with your fucking slaves and your tobacco and shit. Fuck off.
Yeah, like I played bounty hunter for a while, so I would like interdict people that had bounties against them, and I was fairly okay, especially once I got my homing rockets.
Right.
But then like I died, and I never upgraded my ship because I was reading it's like until you get to a level where you feel comfortable, where you have enough money to pay for like respawning. Because as long as you don't upgrade your ship past the base ship, it's always free to respawn. So there's like, get good with the game, because once you get to this level, you can buy this ship, because the other starter ships kind of suck and they're the same par as the free ship, so just stick with the free ship until you can afford a better one.
That's what 7th Flanger and an Eagle that I've outfitted fairly well. An Eagle's probably the first of the non-shit ones.
Yeah.
It's still not great, but it's like the first non-shit one,
Now, do
and I've
you-
upgraded the shit out of it, so I'm doing fairly well.
Do you use lasers or kinetic?
It's good to use a mix. Use energy weapons to take down the shields, and then use actual kinetic weapons to do damage to the ship once you have the shields down. So I have one burst laser, I have an autocannon, and I have torpedoes.
4 weapons, 3 weapons, going fancy there.
Yeah.
I do like how you can tap the button and like your guns pop out, and then they go back. Yeah, I do like Elite Dangerous, especially just like jumping to different systems, because like you're like, oh, that system's pretty close, and then you get in the frame shift mode, and you're like, oh shit, that's fucking far away.
Yep. It's like, oh, alright, I'm coming up with it. It says I've got like 10 seconds until I get to it. I might just drop out of Super Cruise. Oh my god, it's 14 hours.
Oh,
What
time to
the
hop back
fuck?
into frame shift.
Yep. And then you overshoot immediately.
Well, like I've learned that like just as long as I keep my speed in the blue, like I'll auto drop
Yep.
out of frame shift and like right at it.
Even outside of the blue, it'll try and drag you down a bit. But if you've been super cruising for
Like max speed.
for like max speed for like 10 minutes, you still increase your actual speed even if you're at top throttle. Your speed will continually increase. So then if you start getting close to your target, when it starts rolling off, it takes fucking forever to do it automatically, and even if you just drop your throttle all the way, it still takes fucking forever to slow your ass down because you're going like 1,000 times the speed of light.
I totally blew up my ship by doing an emergency drop out of frame.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like super cruising like max speed to try and get somewhere. I was like, shit, I'm gonna pass it. Emergency dropout. And it's like, warning, heat. Dead.
And then he blew up. Yeah.
Like you drop out and like your like cockpit like lights up with warnings, like all your like life support systems are failing. Because you basically frictioned your ship to death.
Yeah.
I like how that like it speeds up like that, because that's kind of like No Man's Sky. Like you'll fixate on something, it's like you've got 12 hours, and it's like the first time that happened, I'm like, oh, what?
Fucking seriously?
I was like, this wasn't what I signed up for.
Yeah. With running out of fuel, like we were talking about, I upgraded my life support systems, so now I can float for 30 minutes with the oxygen in my ship.
Nice.
So if I ever run out of gas, I can just like emergency call someone and be like, "Hey, get on Elite Dangerous, bring me gas. I'm fucking dead here. I've got 30 minutes."
It's
Oh,
not
I'm like
the time
3
we were
towns
playing
over.
Artemis
Oh,
and we were
fuck.
trying the jump drive.
Yeah.
That was
Like
a nightmare.
I might reinstall that game because it is
Elite
fun.
Dangerous?
And if
Do
you,
it.
if you
Do
play
it.
it more, I'll probably play it with you.
So is it like a you have to be online kind of thing, or?
You don't have to be. There is solo play.
Solo play.
And then you'll just be in a universe with AI.
AI.
Okay, so is the online like you have to be online with everybody, or it's like
You're online.
it's
with,
your own thing and then they join your group, like your
You're online
You're
with
online
everybody.
with
You
everyone.
can do private play where it's all AI and your
You guys.
friends.
So kind of like you can do Grand Theft
Yeah.
Auto online a little bit like that.
Yeah.
Right.
But like basically the galaxy's so big that like you might be here and your friend might be here. And is there a way to like
I was gonna say, if you don't give scale to here and here, this gesture makes no sense.
I was about to say that,
And especially
those,
to the
those
audio
2 points
people.
are very close.
Yeah.
like you might be like probably 10,000 light years away
Your
from
ship
your
is
friend.
your ship is the tip of my finger, and you're across the room from each other.
Yeah. There you go.
Right now, I am 34 star systems away from Julio, and he keeps being like, "Hey, no, come over to where I'm at, and I'll show you these runs you can do for a few million." I'm like, I don't want to do 34 jumps in a row just to get there.
And
It's
jump
gonna take me at least an hour.
because you got to jump, refuel.
Yeah.
Depending on like how big your gas tank is, how big your frame shift drive is.
I can't find any place that has larger gas tanks for my ship. I'm sad.
Have you joined any of the political factions?
I
to join
haven't.
the war yet?
I've been promoted in a couple different ranks to the point where it's told me I can, but I haven't gotten friendly enough with any of them because I just do missions for anyone.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, I'm gonna do your missions
Now-
because it helps me, and I'm gonna do your missions because it helps me. I'm just like that and 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 that. You have no more missions. Okay, let's go.
Now, did you figure out how to mine?
I vaguely know how to mine, and I am not good at it.
Because like,
So I don't take mining missions.
it's like
You go to your mining
they are
trainer,
really well paying.
and you get a mining pick.
they're like, get this much like
nice to get a
metal. And I'm like, where the fuck do I get that metal? So I look and it's like, you can just buy it at this station, and then with your like completing this mission, like you get enough of it.
You
to,
can
like,
do that.
Go off, like offset your cost.
You can do that. I don't know if mining missions are specifically for Horizon though, because I know you can get it off of the actual planets.
Yeah.
Um,
I think there's like a mining laser you can buy and like shoot it at asteroids.
there is, but you have to be in a system that has an asteroid
Has an
belt
asteroid
for
belt.
that to
for
matter.
that metal, and then you have to fly up to it without getting killed by people.
It's a pain. So I don't take mining missions. I'm a courier and a merchant. That's basically all
I
do.
did-
I have been Serenity for the past couple of days. I've just been going out and picking up illegal salvage and selling it.
I think I picked.
So I'm law abiding to an extent.
I would.
I don't like trade slaves, and I don't go out and just kill people. But I'll pick up some illegal salvage.
I would pick up illegal salvage, or I'd pick up like. It's like normal salvage for this group, but because it's from this group and it's their destroyed ships,
Right,
like it's
yeah.
illegal. So I'd like
Yeah.
jump into that system, take it. But this group is all like, no, that salvage is good.
Yeah, no. What you do is you find a.
I did transport slaves one time.
Yeah, it happens. You find a system that's in a civil war, and both sides will pay you to go pick wreckage of the other side for their orders in the black box from the ship.
Oh yeah.
Now,
So you just go to both sides.
when you transport like slaves or something, can you like
You can get scanned.
you keep the slaves in the back and then like something legal up front. So if
No,
you
basically like you have a
See,
car.
that's how I'd want to play that game. I'd want to like transport illegal stuff, but when they throw the back up, it's like, oh, this is clean.
It's just soap. Okay.
Basically, when you transport illegal stuff, if I fly near you, my cargo scanner can scan your ship depending on your ship level and my scanner level, and it'll say illicit material. And then like if I shoot you down,
so
like
so then you can be a law.
I can be a law-abiding.
Yeah.
I can be a bounty hunter and enforce law and be like, okay, you have illicit cargo, you're wanted in this system. Shoot you down, go to that system and collect your bounty.
However,
That almost sounds more fun to me. It's just being like staying at low level, but like and only having illegal things.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, there's that jackass transporting slaves again.
Yeah, it's really cool. And also when you're coming into any of the stations, they may or may not scan you. So if you have illicit goods, they'll fine you. And
You also have like 30 seconds to land, or else they fine you.
oh,
for
you got like
fucking-
10 minutes. No, you must have been doing what I was just about to make fun of. They'll tell you what docking to land in, and if you land in a different one, you have 30 seconds to vacate that space before you're fined for loitering. And as Justin found out last night, if you don't pay a loitering fine in 7 days, they'll put a bounty on you.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
No,
Because you have the option to
7
pay a
in-game
fine.
time, or is it on
7
the...
actual days.
Okay.
Yeah, because it runs on an actual clock.
That's pretty
It's
cool.
for the ones that are.
How much is this?
I think it's like.
I honestly don't know. I bought it like a year and a half ago.
Let's see. Let's take a look.
Well, I can always check on the computer here.
Because if you get Horizons with it, it's more because Horizons is the $30 expansion, but you can get the base game. But no, it's ones where you gotta fly in that stupid loop, like the door to get into the internal space stations. After you leave, you have 30 seconds to leave the space station.
2 days
I
ago,
haven't been told that.
Elite Dangerous Horizon Update 2.2, The Guardians will be huge.
Ooh. Looks like we just got another news story, gentlemen.
I'm not clicking on it. Okay, so it's $30 right now
And
on
then-
Steam.
And then with Horizons, it's probably
Commander
the deluxe edition's $60.
yeah. And
all
that
the-
probably comes with Horizons.
And then all the DLC, the Horizon Season Pass, the Pilot Starter Pack, and the Commander Pack are $64.99.
So if you get the Commander Deluxe Edition, you get the Commander Pack and Horizons.
Okay.
So
Well, when I
basically,
have money, I'll probably pick up Horizons.
this game is what No Man's Sky was trying to be,
Basically.
Yes.
like 2 years before it.
I
2
can't
years-
vouch for the I can't vouch for like the planet side stuff because I don't have Horizons,
I don't
so
have
I've never
Horizons
landed
either.
anywhere.
And
on any like actual.
unlike-
Okay, so that was the big thing with Horizon, is it had
Yeah.
planets.
Yeah, and like unlike
like
No
the planets
Man's-
were already there, but you couldn't land on them.
Right.
and like unlike
It's
No-
not like a huge procedurally generated endless god thing. Like,
No, it is fucking massive.
Right.
Like-
and I think it actually might, to an extent, be procedurally generated, but the boundaries have been pushed really far at this point. So like, very few things are being discovered
like-
regularly
Right.
because like most people have trade routes that they like to take
They like-
because they can get a big pull
Right.
on it.
You-
So like, why would they go?
Unlike
explore?
No Man's Sky, where
And, like,
it's
what's
blistering loneliness, like they want you to.
Right.
What's
right.
cool in the launcher is they have community stories. So like you'll
Yeah.
read a story like, hey, this person crossed the system, or hey, this person crossed the system a different way in less jumps, or hey, this person explored and found new stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Like
And like what's funny is
like with No Man's Sky, I would suggest like playing someone else's copy before deciding whether or not you want it.
Right.
But it is a lot of fun. It's easy to lose yourself in, like to just sit down and then realize I haven't eaten all day. Also, it's been all fucking day.
I really have been itching for a game to do that to me.
Yeah.
Like, God, it just I thought about that while playing Crash Bandicoot because I was like, this is doing it,
how do you play
but by the time I'm really in, it's done.
Yeah.
and like unlike No Man's Sky, when you land on a planet, you're in like your like vehicle that you drive around that has like guns and stuff.
You're in the fucking Mako.
Yeah, you're in a
basically.
Mako basically. You can't get out and shoot dinosaurs and shit.
I mean, whatever dinosaurs people are actually finding. Have you seen that? There's this hilarious video for No Man's Sky, and it was showing off the 2014 trailer with all those dinosaurs on that planet. It's like, welcome to Jurassic Park, and it had the music playing. Well, it started with the actual song looking awesome, and then it was like, it just cut to, and it said release, and it had like this like retarded looking dinosaur hopping around on two legs, and it had the recorder version of it. It was like, all right.
Yeah, it was pretty fantastic.
But yeah, if you like being a space trucker with the potential of being a bounty hunter and things like that, it's good.
Cool.
Like what's funny is like I'll be like, oh, there's ships I can shoot down, and I'll jump in, and it's like an alliance convoy of like 20 military ships. I'm like, oh, time to just hang out with these guys for a little bit and leave, because I'm not gonna shoot one because they'll all shoot me and die.
Every once in a while, I see like convoy dispersal, like as an unidentified signal source, and then I scan it. It's like convoy dispersal, threat 4. I'm just gonna get out of this general area. I'm just gonna go that way. And,
Oh yeah, you get like little radio.
I'm not
pings,
gonna
like, if you're
get
looking.
fucking attacked. That's
Because,
what
like,
I'm gonna do.
what's dumb is sometimes I'll be looking for a bounty for a specific ship, and I'll fucking circle the system like 5 times, and it'll never ping me for the radio signal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, this is gay, I'm quitting this quest.
See, I haven't done those. I've been the salvage ones that I've been doing. Pop up as unidentified signal sources, and when you first jump into a system, you go to the nav beacon and scan it,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll get a message from the people who gave you the mission saying like, "Hey, the last planet they were seen that ship was seen on, is this one." Because like when you first get there, nothing is marked at all.
Yeah.
So you scan the nav beacon, and then it sends the signal back to them, and they go, "Hey, we found out whereabouts they are." So you just go to that planet and orbit it for a few minutes, and then it pops up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But normally that planet is like a 10-minute flight.
Or
I'm
it's,
gonna go do something while I wait.
or it's like go from this gas station to this one, delivering like 2 things of cargo, and it's like 15 minutes. Like.
Yep.
Oh, you're being interdicted. Fucking seriously?
Who the fuck is interdicting me? I have fuel in my cargo. God damn it! Why?
And you gotta fucking fly like this, and then like
I hate when people interdict me because,
Fucking
like,
speed
like
back
I
up.
said, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I haven't been caught for any of the illegal things I've done, which again,
I'm a
it's
law-abiding
only illegal
citizen, too.
salvage,
Don't go
which
into my
I don't
basement.
think should be illegal. I'm just saying. But I haven't been caught by anybody for doing illegal shit. So like, as far like, I don't have a bounty. I can guarantee you, I don't have a bounty from anyone. Why the fuck are you coming after me?
That low level
My cargo is empty.
That low level 1 ship he passed at one time had a god scan. It was all like, oh.
No, it's not okay. It's
like
not okay.
basically interdiction. Like you'll be flying in like warp speed, and it's like interdiction warning, and like a blue box will pop up, and you have to follow this blue box to escape interdiction. Because if you don't, you'll get dropped out of frame shift, and they'll be like, and you'll die.
But alternatively, if you suck at it, you can just submit to the interdiction, just drop your throttle all the way, and then your warp drive cools off a lot faster, and then you just be evasive for like 2 minutes while your thing cools off, and then just take the fuck off again, and they can't pull you back out. So that's how I've been doing it. I'm really good at evading people.
Or if you're confident in your combat ability, you can try and defend yourself.
So you wait for your frame shift drive to cool off, and you take the fuck off.
Dude, I was so pissed at this one guy because I'm pretty sure he was a human and he had a bounty on him. Or I was just being a dick that day, I can't remember. But basically, I got his shields down, and he was like, probably like a sustained blast of my minigun would have killed him. And like, he evaded me, and I'm coming in, and his frame shift drive cooled off right as I got into range, and he jumped, and I was like, oh my god, that sucked. Because I spent the past 15 minutes dogfighting with you, exchanging fire, and then I'm finally winning, and then you leave.
Oh, you should buy a docking computer, by the way. That way you don't have to worry about parking.
Oh,
Basically, you hail them and ask for permission to dock, and then you just drop your throttle and it takes over and just parks you where they told you to park. Yeah. It plays fucking what's the song from 2001: A Space Odyssey? Not Zarathustra.
I'm not sure.
But it plays that song while it's parking. I think that's fucking hilarious. Anyway,
we need to find enough computers so we can play Artemis again.
Yes.
I think
I've got a laptop getting worn out.
I have a
Sasha
laptop.
might be able to, so I might have to.
I kind of just want to buy it on Steam so I get current updates.
Right.
I already have it on Steam.
Josh already has it on Steam.
I don't have it on Steam.
But Matt has it in the way that we can put it on everybody's computer without everybody having to buy it. So
I think so. I'm not sure.
You had it that way.
I still have it that way.
Yeah, but will we have the 3D?
Because they have a Z-axis now.
Yeah.
And like other shit.
I just know they had space whales before.
I
And we
just
had
remember
no idea what we were doing.
Science has a purpose now.
That Kyle
Nice.
forgot to raise the goddamn shields, and when we
Kyle.
launched a nuke, we died.
No, somebody lowered the shields because those stupid things were still up. He lowered the shields.
It's Matt, apparently.
Because you guys were like, shields up, shields down, shields up, shields down. And I was in engineering. I was like, no power to shields.
We saved the nuke. We still had a nuke on the last guy, and I was like, let's nuke this guy and go home, crew. And instead, we blew up.
It'll happen. It'll happen.
Anyway, I think that's been a good podcast this week. We'll wrap up. Thank you so much for listening to this week's NIBScast. NIBScast is a product of NIBSmedia. If you've liked the podcast you just listened to, consider subscribing to us on YouTube. Follow the link in the description to our YouTube, not our YouTube page, you're on our YouTube page. Follow us to the Facebook page. Give us a like there. Share us with a friend. Share us with an enemy. Jim Sterling still doesn't hate me. Yeah, so do all those things. Until next time, I'm Aaron.
I'm Nikki13.
I'm Matt.
I'm Josh.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.